What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. This is episode number 13 of the Fat Wreck Best Album Bracket. Since it is episode 13, we've decided this is the cutoff point for me explaining the rules, and we're just going to get straight into this one. But as always, I am joined by Hudson Valley hardcore legend, Mr. Lewis, and from DyingScene.com, Dylan, a.k.a. Screeching Bottle Rocket. And let's kick this one off here, guys. 2 votes to move on to the next round. First matchup is Strung Out, Twisted by Design against CJ Ramone. Last Chance to Dance. Dylan, you're up first here. What is your pick going to be?
Well, I'll preface this with saying I'm a big advocate of CJ Ramone. I like the later Ramones albums with CJ, and I think he was an underappreciated asset to the Ramones. I think this is probably his best solo album. But there's no denying the Strung Out album is head and shoulders above it in terms of its quality and cultural significance, I would say. So we're going with Twisted by Design here.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exactly the same as you. Second best Strung Out album. Lewis, what do you think here?
Yeah, 100%. Let's make it a clean sweep. Twisted by Design's incredible. So I'm sorry, CJ Ramone. It's just an unfortunate matchup for you today.
It's a tough. Yeah, I could see Twisted by Design making it pretty far in the next round too. So move along. Twisted by Design. And our next matchup is going to be Sick of It All, yours. Ooh, well, there's a little bit of a typo going on in there, but that's all right. So it's Sick of It, and the album is all yours truly. Going against an album that shouldn't be here. I know this is a reissue, but the way that I had the albums currently lined up perfectly, so it's fine. Not a lot of people heard this before it came to Fat, at least to my knowledge. Banner Pilot, Resignation Day. Lewis, you're up first with this one. What's it going to be?
Well, I've never heard of a Sick of It record. I'm just kidding. We've really been really rough on Sick of It All this entire set of bracket after bracket. Sick of It All comes on, we shit on them, they get put down, another band gets picked, so we might as well keep it up because I'm going to pick Banner Pilot because it's a much better record than yours truly. Don't give a shit about this record. I'm sorry, this Banner Pilot's fine. It's not my favorite, but I like it more. I'm giving my vote to Banner Pilot.
Yeah, I'm with you on all counts. I really, really liked this Banner Pilot album when it first came out, but now I don't know. Out of is there 5 albums? It may be bottom 2, but it's still really good. Overwinter's a lot of people's introduction to Banner Pilot. There's a lot of good songs in the middle of the record too, so that's where my vote's going. Dylan, what do you think?
This Banner Pilot album is awesome. Probably one of my favorite of theirs. The Fat Wreck version is remastered and remixed and all that. So some people say it sounds better than the Go-Kart version. I think it's pretty much the same. I don't really hear much of a difference. But yeah, this is a great album. Some really good fast Banner Pilot songs that you don't hear a whole lot. And yeah, fuck Sick of It All.
All right, so on the other side, we've got 2 Old Man Markley records going against. First one is High Standard, which I keep saying it wrong, but I believe this is Dylan's favorite, High Standard. And Discord favorite, Teenage Bottle Rocket album, They Came From the Shadows. I think I had it as my number 2 Bottle Rocket record, but let's get the first one out of the way first. I'm going with High Standard as my pick. We were just listening to Old Man Markley before this started. It's okay. It's fine. It's easy listening, but in my opinion, guys, if we want to just double these up, High Standard, Bottle Rocket, Lewis, what do you think? What of any of these 4 records, what do you think?
Well, if I was going to pick the best one out of the 4, it's obviously going to be Bottle Rocket, but move over, old man. We don't have any room for you because we're going high standard and bottle rocket all day on this side of the bracket. So.
All right, Dylan, what do you think? Are you in agreement with this?
Yeah, I really don't like Old Man Markley. There was a few of these country bluegrass meets very limited elements of punk around this time, the early 2010s or whenever this was going on. I never got it. I can't remember if these guys or someone else opened for Less Than Jake, and it was one of the most unenjoyable experiences I've had concert going in my life. Yes, this is my favorite High Standard album though. Dear My Friend, I think is High Standard's best song, despite the broken English in the title. And the Teenage Bottle Rocket album is my favorite also. So
it's amazing. And Dylan, don't apologize, because if you got hate in your heart, you let it out. That is our policy on Punk Rock Radar, and we want to hear your negativity. That's it. So.
All right, so we haven't had a single disagreement yet so far. So let's break this down to two records here. Up on the top, we've got Twisted by Design against Making the Road by High Standard. Lewis, where are you going on this one?
Oh, well, I would be pretty remiss if I didn't say Twisted by Design was amazing again, because it's clearly the better record than the High Standard one. Twisted by Design, I don't know if I said it was my favorite of the Strung Out records, but it's certainly up there. I have no idea where I ranked it, but this album rocks. Still listen to this any day. No offense against the High Standard, but I mean, this is not a fair fight. This is like a 6-foot guy versus a 3-foot man, so it's not even close.
All right, Dylan, what do you think?
Strung Out is moving on. It's a better album.
Just punching down.
Lock it up. All right. On the bottom, we've got Resignation Day against They Came From the Shadows. And by the time this comes out, I think the Banner Pilot top 5 songs will be done. In my opinion, the Bottle Rocket record is better. I like both of these, but my vote is going to be for Bottle Rocket. Dylan, what do you think?
It's not as easy for me, to be honest, man. Like I said, I really like the Banner Pilot album. I think the songs have like more of like a genuine like feel to them. I think Bottle Rocket, obviously they have a sound they go for and they write to make it sound like that. I really like the Banner Pilot album. I'm probably gonna go with Resignation Day here.
Oh my God, the guy has the band's name in his handle.
Screeching Banner. That'll be Screeching Pilot. That'll be my new name.
Screeching Banner Pilot. That should be your new name. I'm going with John on this one. We're going to go Bottle Rocket. I mean, no offense against the Banner Pilot, but I love this Bottle Rocket album. I think it's the best one. So all day for me.
Yeah, and we would have had some explaining to do, since Banner Pilot kind of slipped through the cracks and the album shouldn't be here. Anyway, so yeah, that's the first part. We're gonna do 8 more albums, so make sure you stay here. There's gonna be a quick break, but yeah, we're gonna switch up the board, and we'll be right back. All right, board is shuffled up, and we've got some really good albums on this side. Honestly, probably is gonna edge out. Well, the mediocre albums are gonna edge out the mediocre albums on the other side. But let's get it going here. Up first, really good match, I think. Face to Face, No Way Out But Through, the newest record, against Consumed, Hit for 6. Lewis, I want to hear your opinion first. I feel like both of these are kind of Lewis bands. So what do you think here?
kind of really wavered on this one, and I'm just like, I like that Consumed record, but I'm a bigger Face to Face fan in general, and I like this album. I'm probably leaning Face to Face, so I want to hear what you guys really think about it, though. But I don't know. Sorry, my cat feeder's going off if you hear it.
This Consumed record kicks ass,
Yeah.
dude. And the Face to Face album is like bottom 3 Face to Face album for me. So Consumed gets a huge W here for me. I love this album.
Yeah.
Super underrated band.
I'm leaning with Dylan. Like, I thought this is the toughest matchup of the first round. Like, I thought No Way Out But Through was not nearly as good as Protection. I've said it a few times that, like, it kind of drags. The songs are, like, all on the longer side. But this Consumed record, I was listening to it last week, is really good. Like, so I'm gonna. St. Louis, you were torn, so I'm gonna go with Dylan and go with Consumed.
I have no strong feelings either way. It's just more of about what would I normally throw on, and it would probably be Face to Face. I'm totally good with Consumed moving on. So
All right. That's an upset, I think. But we'll move on.
I've seen the visions on the TV. They're not all as good as you. And not like
Second round. I think this is Lewis and my favorite Good Riddance album,
This title.
Symptoms. Did I mess up a title again?
No, but I'm saying they both have symptoms, and then I never made the correlation.
Oh yeah, Symptoms of a Leveling Spirit against Symptoms. Lewis, all right, we'll let Dylan go first here. What do you think here, Dylan?
Yeah, I mean the Useless ID album's kind of boring, to be honest. This one didn't land with me when it came out. And at the time, was this their first like English album in a long time, I think. So it's supposed to be like this big comeback kind of thing as far as Useless ID on Fat, and I don't know, it was kind of a stinker for me. I didn't really get it.
Yeah. All right, Lewis, what do you think here? Pretty.
throw up a big
Yeah.
fire engine red light because this Useless ID record is going to stop right here. Because Symptoms of a Leveling Spirit needs to advance. It is one of the best albums on Fat Wreck in general.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was all negative about the Useless ID album, but yeah, the Good Riddance album is deserving as much praise as this Useless ID is unpraiseworthy.
I think the Useless ID is an okay album. It's not one of their strong ones though, and the album art's pretty bad. So yeah, I mean, this Leveling Spirit one is a juggernaut. It was gonna beat like almost any album. So nothing negative about Useless ID. It's just a tough matchup. Moving on here, Mad Caddy's Dirty Rice against our buddy Darius Koski. I mean, as much as I don't love Dirty Rice, I think it's a mediocre Caddies record, but I think it's still gonna pass Sisu, whatever it is. We got like some strung out style, symmetric album art, but yeah, it's gonna be the Caddies. For me, Lewis, what do you think?
I'm with you. I mean, this is not a Caddy's high point in any measure. I think they're kind of on a downward swing personally, but it's still a okay record that I'd rather listen to than Horse the album. So
Yeah, if you put a horse on your album, it seems like a death sentence to us for some reason.
It's a bad omen.
What do you think, Dylan?
The Mad Caddies album is pretty good, and that's enough to win the matchup.
Agreed. All right, so up next, guys, this Pairs record. I think I've mentioned it a few times now. This is probably, if we do like best Fat albums of the last like 5 or so years, this would be up there for me. I really, really like this album a lot. It's going against Joey Cape. Got maybe a dozen Joey Cape albums in some way, non-Lagwagon Joey Cape albums. I'm not voting for any of them because I don't think any of them are any good. So my vote is for Pairs. Dylan, I actually think that you featured this Joey Cape album, so I want to hear what you think for this matchup.
Yeah, I don't remember on what, but yes, I do like the Joey Cape album a lot. I think this is his best solo album by far. The title track especially is really good. It starts really slow and it builds, and He has a full band come in behind him. So yeah, I like it a lot. That being said, I like the Pears album more, and it's one I'm gonna listen to more frequently. What's the second song called? No Wheels.
Zero Wheels.
Zero Wheels. Yeah, that song is really good too. So yeah, Pears wins this one.
All right, Lewis, any thoughts? We put the X right over Joey, coincidentally.
Doesn't really matter. I'm good with it though. That would have been my pick regardless. And to be honest with you guys, this side of the bracket didn't really matter because it's going to lose to whoever they're going up on the other side. So, Pears. Good.
All right. With that said, first, I mean, I don't know. The second one's tough. I think I know how it's gonna shake out. But Consumed versus Caddies. What do we think, guys?
Consumed on this one. I know I was on the fence with the face-to-face, but that's just because of my affinity for face-to-face. I don't really love this Caddies record at all. This Consumed record's better than the Caddies record.
Same, Dylan.
A W for Scotland. I think that's where Consumed is from.
That EP they put out a few years ago was good. I don't know if it was on Fat or not. It was, God, maybe 5 years ago now. It's a couple songs. I feel like there was like a bloody person on the cover. But yeah, Consumed is the vote for me as well. And then we've got, man, one of the best Fat albums ever versus one of the best Fat albums of recent memory. Dylan, you can go first here. What do you think on these two?
I just want to say shout out to that guy in the comments who always cries about us voting for new albums over old ones. Fuck you. We're voting for 2 old albums on this episode. We got the Consumed one, and we got Good Riddance, because Good Riddance is gonna steamroll the Pears album.
Lewis, are you on board with this?
It's not even close for me. I mean, I know you guys love Pears. I mean, I think they're okay, but this is like David and Goliath for me.
Mhm.
It's gonna have to be the Good Riddance record.
Yeah, I mean, my vote doesn't matter at this point, but like, Pears is definitely my number 2 album on this side of the board by far. And maybe what was on the other side? Oh no, we had Strung Out and Bottle Rocket. So yeah, it's like number 4 overall. But I mean, it's a tough matchup. Maybe worth a save. We'll see. I want to save some of the newer ones. But yeah, so moving on in this episode are Consumed, Hit for 6, Good Riddance, Symptoms of a Leveling Spirit, Teenage Bottle Rocket, They Came from the Shadows, and Strung Out, Twisted by Design. That's going to do it for this one. We have voting. I forgot to mention the votes from the Discord. So hold on one second.
Yeah.
Let me pull them up. I completely spaced. It's been 3 or 4 weeks since we recorded one of these. So give us 1 second. All right. So I apologize to the Discord, but anyway, it doesn't really matter much because They Came from the Shadows, Symptoms of a Leveling Spirit, Twisted by Design. The only difference was they had No Way Out but Through, moving on. But it was only about maybe like 55%. It was super close between Consumed and Face to Face. So overall, the least amount of votes were Sick of It All, Joey Cape, Old Man Markley, Banner Pilot only with 1 vote, which is strange.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, that's odd.
I think we've poisoned the well though on Sick of It All. Like
I don't know if someone in the Discord would say they like it now. I think you're right. We've gone too far in one direction.
New rule in the Discord: if you're a Sick of It All fan, permaban, no questions asked.
Ergot's gonna get you.
Get out.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it, guys. What are we doing? What tier list is this month? Is it Goldfinger? Did we decide? Do we know?
It's not Goldfinger.
All right. Well,
it's something else. Not Goldfinger. If it is, it's not.
Mad Caddies.
So make sure to tune in for our not Goldfinger tier list coming up this month.
Something. All right. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. That's gonna wrap this one up. It's finally under 20 minutes. We did it. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.